You call their name. They lift their head, eyes soft, tail wagging, waiting for what comes next. Now imagine this. You say the exact same name, but your voice is sharp, cold, frustrated. Their ears flatten, their eyes drop, and that tail, it stops. Same name, same dog, different world. We often think dogs only respond to words, commands, cues. But the truth runs deeper, because what your dog really hears isn't in the words at all. It's in your tone, your rhythm, your energy, your emotion. Your dog may not understand full sentences, but they understand you, your mood, your intention, the way you make them feel when you speak. In this video, we'll explore why the way you talk to your dog matters more than you think. You'll discover how your voice builds, or breaks, the emotional bridge between you and the one creature who listens to you without judgment every single day. Because to your dog, your voice is the soundtrack of their life, and how you use it shapes this. Dogs hear more than just words. Your dog doesn't speak your language, but they've been studying you from the moment you brought them home. Every sound you make, every change in your tone, every breath between your words, they notice it all. To us, language is built on vocabulary, but to dogs, communication is built on emotion. They don't listen for the meaning of words, they listen for meaning in you. When you speak, they're not just hearing, they're feeling. They hear the lift in your voice when you're happy, the quiet tension when you're upset, the gentle hush when you're trying to soothe them, the tiredness in your tone after a long day. And somehow, without understanding the actual words, they understand your heart. They might not know what "I'll be back soon" truly means, but they recognize the hope in your tone, the kindness in your eyes, the peace in your presence. This is why dogs respond so differently to the way something is said, rather than what is said. You could recite the phone book in a cheerful tone, and they'd wag their tail, or whisper "I love you" in a sharp voice, and they might shrink away. Because for them, communication isn't logic, it's energy, emotion, intention. So the next time you talk to your dog, remember, they're not listening to your words, they're listening to your soul. The tone of your voice changes their behavior. It doesn't take a harsh word to make a dog cower, and it doesn't take a command to make them come running with joy. Sometimes it's all in the tone. Your voice is your dog's emotional compass. When you raise it in anger, their body tenses, even if they didn't do anything wrong. When you soften it with praise, their ears perk, tail wags, and their eyes light up with pride. That shift in behavior, it's not because they fully understand what you're saying. It's because they understand how you're saying it. Scientific studies have shown that dogs process human speech in a way that mirrors our own brain responses. The left side of their brain decodes the meaning behind familiar words, like walk or treat, but the right side, that's where tone is processed, emotion, intention, vibe. And that's why your tone often overrides your words. Say "good boy" in a flat, dismissive tone, and he may not even wag his tail. Say "no" in a cheerful, playful voice, and he might think it's a game. Because in the world of dogs, tone is truth. And over time, the way your voice sounds becomes a mirror for how safe, confident, and loved your dog feels around you. Your tone can lift them up, or it can slowly chip away at their spirit without you ever raising your hand. It's not just what you say, it's what your voice teaches them to believe about themselves. Harsh words leave invisible scars. There are no bruises, no visible wounds, no broken bones. But that doesn't mean the damage isn't there. When you raise your voice, shout in frustration, bark out commands with anger, or let your stress spill into your tone. Your dog may not understand what they did wrong, but they feel deeply that something has broken between you. Their ears drop, their eyes look away, their tail tucks in, and a little more of their trust slips quietly away. Not because they're guilty, not because they're stubborn, but because they're confused, hurt, overwhelmed by a wave of emotion they can't process. Harsh words don't teach clarity. They teach fear. They teach hesitation. They teach a dog that love may come with sharp edges and that affection can disappear when moods shift. Over time, this kind of interaction leaves invisible scars. Scars that don't show in behavior charts or obedience scores, but in their posture, in the way they flinch, in how long it takes them to relax around you again. You might not even notice it happening. A single outburst, forgotten by you, can live in their memory for days. Because dogs don't carry grudges, but they carry feelings, and the weight of a harsh voice is heavier than you think. You don't need to be perfect. You'll have off days. We all do. But if you find yourself slipping into anger, pause, take a breath, because what comes out of your mouth may echo in your dog's heart long after the moment has passed. Praise and encouragement shape their confidence. Now picture this. You call their name with warmth. Their ears perk up. You smile. They take a step toward you. Uncertain, maybe, but then you say it. Good boy. Good girl. And in that moment, their entire body softens. Their chest lifts. Their tail wags. They shine. That's not just obedience. That's confidence. That's the quiet magic of encouragement. Dogs thrive on affirmation, not because they need rewards, but because they crave connection. A kind word from you can do more than correct a behavior. It can shape how they see themselves. When you praise your dog, you're telling them, "You're doing well. I see you. I'm proud of you." And over time, that builds something stronger than training. It builds emotional resilience. Your dog learns to try, to risk, to be brave, because they know they are safe in your presence, even when they make mistakes. You become their source of courage, their reason to step forward, their belief that even when they're uncertain, they are still loved. And the beautiful part? You don't have to shout your praise from the rooftops. You don't have to overdo it. A soft yes, a gentle thank you, even a quiet stroke along their back. These are the things that shape the way they carry themselves through the world. You're not just raising a well-behaved dog. You're raising a dog who feels seen and safe and worthy. All because you chose kindness instead of control. Dogs crave connection, not control. Your dog didn't come into your life to follow commands. They came to walk beside you, to share your world, to find a safe place in your presence. Yes, training matters. Boundaries matter. But beneath it all, beneath every sit, every stay, every expectation, what your dog truly longs for is connection. They don't care if you use perfect words. They care if those words feel warm. They don't need you to be in control. They need you to be in tune. Because a dog will remember the way you spoke to them when they got it wrong. The way you reacted when they were scared. The way your voice sounded when you were proud or too distracted to notice. Over time, these moments don't just shape behavior. They shape who they believe they are to you. Are they a burden? A project to be managed? Or are they your friend, your companion, a soul worth speaking kindly to? Dogs live for presence, not perfection, for tone, not text, for the sound of your love, quiet, patient, real. And when you offer that, you don't just raise a good dog, you raise a connected one that walks beside you, not because they fear disapproval, but because they trust in your voice. You don't need fancy words. You don't need to say everything perfectly. You just need to speak with kindness. Because long after your dog forgets the exact things you said, they'll remember how you said them. They'll remember the comfort in your tone, the calm in your voice, the way their name sounded like love when it left your lips. Your voice is the most familiar sound in their world. It's the melody they fall asleep to and the anchor they look for when everything else feels uncertain. So speak softly, speak gently, speak like you're speaking to someone who would give their whole world for you. Because they would, and they do, every single day. If this video helped you see your dog and your voice a little differently, tell us in the comments. What's something your dog always responds to in your voice? A word? A phrase? A tone? We'd love to hear it. Like this video if it resonated with you, and subscribe for more heart-led, science-backed stories about the beautiful bond between humans and dogs. Until next time, speak with love. They're always listening.